don't think Bigfoot's anything special. Bigfoot ain't orcs trapped in no furry vessel. Randy hates those trans-dimensional portals. Bigfoot eats bananas, he's just a regular mortal. Cause Randy's an aper, Randy's an aper. Screw all that cryptid crap, couldn't be faker. Cause Randy's an aper, Randy's an aper. Randy Gilbert loves science, he ain't no hater. Randy Gilbert thinks Dogman is so not real. The same wonder as Tex, he just cannot feel. Bipedal canine, Department of Defense. To a former army guy, that shit don't make sense. Cause Randy's an aper, Randy's an aper. Screw all that cryptid crap, couldn't be faker. Cause Randy's an aper, Randy's an aper. Randy Gilbert loves science, he ain't no hater. Bigfoot, flesh and blood, screw all that portal crap. To him, them Bigfoot nerds are such gullible saps. It's just an ape wandering American woods. Rejects that Harry Potter crap, as we all should.
And we are live, gentlemen. Hey.
Yay.
All you three people in the chat, everyone watching at home, all you three folks.
And two of us are here.
Yeah, two of whom are us.
Yeah.
And Nemovir.
Yep.
Yeah, welcome to the show tonight. Tonight's going to be a special episode. Tonight I brought on my friend from real life. None of this internet YouTube bullshit, but my actual friend from real life, Steven. Say hello to everyone, Steven.
It's a blessing to be here. Thank you for having me.
I still think we need to talk to him and ask him, is he for sure about this?
Yes. And I brought my buddy here, Steven, on because of all the people I know who know shit about cars, Steven knows the most about cars because he's been working in the automotive industry for several decades now.
Yep.
And like, if you have any question about cars, this is the man you go to. He's like the Neil deGrasse Tyson of motherfucking cars, Randy.
I'm telling you right now, I got a couple of questions for him because I got a Dodge Journey sitting out there. I'm about to do fuel injectors and fuel rail on tomorrow. That yeah, we'll have a talk.
And he's also the most of all my friends, the most obsessed with fishing that I know. This guy, like, all he talks about is fishing and cars and guns, and that's it. That's what he loves. He's a man of few interests, but those interests run deep.
Yeah, we do.
So,
yeah.
So I also brought a fishing guy, a car guy, Randy, who's also into paranormal stuff. Now, Steven, you're not so much into paranormal. I think you were kind of introduced to it by me.
I've always had an interest in it, but you definitely got me kind of into it at a higher level. Like watching your shows, especially.
It is the highest level of paranormal.
Yeah,
thing.
it's
the highest.
We've had some really good conversations on my back porch and whatnot.
Welcome to the top of the mountain, my friend.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to the top of the mountain. It's a beautiful view. Because all those other paranormal shows, they're lesser level than I am. They don't tackle the topic as deeply as I do. And
they're all
beneath
drink.
They're all beneath me.
Something stronger than this. I'm going to need something a lot stronger than this.
I got mine, brother.
Man, am I the only one not drinking tonight? Man, that sucks.
Well, hell, let me help you.
Yeah,
I
pour one.
I even got a nice fridge right there now. Man cave is kind of halfway there.
I drank last night, so I didn't want to drink 2 nights in a row. Just give the body an old rest. So yeah, man. What should we talk about first, guys? Should we talk about fishing or cars first?
Dealer's choice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about your fucking Dodge, Randy. What the fuck's going on?
Oh, my baby. You trying
your baby?
My baby. Well, it used to be my
I
baby.
don't know. Here's the thing. I
I
don't know
sold it
shit
a
about
long time ago.
cars. I don't know shit about fishing. So naturally, I'm the best choice to host a show about cars and fishing because I know jack all. However, I do know plenty about auto insurance because that's the field I work in. So if you have any auto insurance questions, you can ask me. But that's it.
Let's see here. I will window. Let's do that.
Cars. Michelle wants to talk about cars. So
All right.
let's start with Randy's fucked up situation here.
That's not the fucked up situation. That's my old one. That's
Oh,
the
that's
one I
your
worked
one.
on for about a year to get it going where it needed to go, type thing. And 73 or 71 Dodge Dart had the old slant six in it. God Almighty, I absolutely love that car. Bought it from a lady for like $600, and because they couldn't figure out why I wasn't running. Well, the old days, that old mechanical fuel pump that was in that thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it needed. Fired that thing up, got it primed, and away it went. It never stopped again. In fact, I sold it to a kid in town for triple what I bought for it. Actually, no, I sold it for a lot more than that. But a kid in town, and he couldn't believe how well it was handling. The interior was immaculate. The undercarriage was great, and it was like, hey, we had fun with it.
So you fixed that bad boy up, huh?
Yeah, and that's the original paint job that's on it right there. The original paint job and original interior were all in it. The only thing that was wrong with it, the ignition didn't work, so I ended up where the cigarette lighter used to be. I ran a push button to it. I turned the accessory on, the push button starter was right there.
And Michelle's like, okay, Donnie, can you tell Jan from Toyota to tell Jake from State Farm to lower my rates? Yeah, auto insurance has been going through the roof. Premiums have been going up. Unfortunately, that's the sad reality of our nation and our roads. But it is what it is. There it
I
is,
just
right
brought
there.
this over because he could see down here. There's some little bit of rust going on right there. It's the old Swinger model.
Why is it called a swinger model?
It was just a trim
is it what
package.
swingers drive?
I hope not, because they would have had a rough time in that sucker.
Oh,
That back seat wasn't very really big.
so what did you have to do with it? Like, what did you have to do to like make it run?
Next to nothing. Like I said, once I put that fuel pump on it and it got primed and stuff. I mean, of course, I changed the plugs and the wires and the distributor cap, but it was the old slant six at 225, so you could run the thing almost to death and it would keep going. In fact, I let my grandson use it for about 3, 4, 6 months or whatever it was. He'd ever put oil in the thing. Okay, anybody's ever had older cars knows oil has to be put in. You check it every time you fill it up. Just do it.
Wait, older cars, how often do you have to put oil in there?
Not that you have to, but you always check them. Every time you fill up, you check the oil. Okay.
Oh, every time you fill up gas, you check the oil?
Yeah, you check the oil because you never know. Those things used to eat oil like it was candy. So, but I took it to get the oil change because, like, okay, it needs oil change anyway. So I took it to get oil change, and the guy that put it up on the rack comes like, hey, you got to come see this to believe this. It pulls me in there, pulls the plug. Not one drop of oil came out of that engine. I'm like, wait a second. I drove it around for 4.5 hours today, and it didn't even knock, and there was no oil in it.
Michelle says, my late husband had a 53 Chevy pickup, all custom. Damn, 53.
Yep. Newer cars will not do that.
No.
What happened?
So newer cars will not do that.
No. You get down. In fact, most of them now, don't they go into slug mode, if I'm not mistaken, if they get too low?
It's not that so much as government regulation. Somewhere around 2011, they took the heavy metals out of engine bearings, and
I want that car.
As I would quote, it has an adverse effect on emergency running characteristics. So older cars, you could run them dry, put some oil in them, they'd be fine.
Yeah.
Newer car will not make it around the block before it seizes. I've seen it time and time again.
Is it because of the blocks, those aluminum alloy blocks?
No, it's because of the bearing materials. They're not allowed to use the good stuff in the bearings anymore. Chrome and heavy metals and stuff like that is getting banned. Gotcha. So they can't use it, and that's what really keeps it from seizing. Chrome is an excellent metal for wear resistance.
Oh
and
yeah.
when you can't use that anymore, uh, all those characteristics go away. So the engine just seizes up pretty quickly now.
Hmm.
I let
So
the cat out.
I don't know. Just I guess for chat's sake,
I want a Toyota pickup with a gun mount.
don't we all?
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been working in the automotive field basically my entire life, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm coming up on 26 years at this job, a Mercedes-Benz dealership.
Yeah.
And I have the highest certifications that they offer. Um, I do it all. Any kind of vehicle,
Yeah.
any type of propulsion system, I deal with all of it. So pretty
And I would ask
well
him the
versed
most
with it.
ignorant questions about cars too.
Yeah.
Ignorant questions.
I'd say I had a fun toy for a while, and I sold it a few years ago because automotive was fun, but when you make it your career, it's not fun anymore.
Yeah. But I guess you were like all excited about it and all into it before you made it a full-time job.
Yeah, and it was fun while it was a full-time job for a while, and then things change, and part of the decision too is I am a full-time single parent, and I have a son who is about to get his learner's permit, and
Oh Lord.
my toy was a Corvette Z06, and that is not compatible with a teen driver. So,
No bueno.
No. So getting rid of that was a good move for the time being.
I don't. Did I? I think I can't remember. If
Let
I
me know when
downloaded.
you want me to add back to screen.
Oh no, I was thumbing through right there, so it's there for now.
I'm
But
real estate agent.
the reason I was going to ask that because like Steven mentions the Corvette, and that dude that we were talking about before we came on, a friend of mine had bought one of the 1980 collector editions he bought it, fixed it up, had got it repaired, finally got the sucker running. We'd worked together for 6 months, and he finally got this thing running, and literally gets out and wipes it out in the second week he has it. Because guys that buy that stuff, they don't realize how fast a Corvette's light body can get out from underneath them. When they really gun it.
Yeah.
He did, and he was trying to get in front of a lady on the interstate. When he gunned it, it got out from under it. He went across the interstate and under the median.
I'd say mine was an absolute nightmare to drive in the rain and in the cold.
Yeah, you never could get traction, could you?
Very, very light car, very wide tires. It hydroplanes extremely quickly. And when the tires were cold, it was just no grip at all.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, G. I didn't have that kung fu grip.
No, we used to take weekends and drive to the mountains. I'd have a bunch of friends, and we would go to the North Carolina mountains and drive around on all those crazy, twisty roads.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of fun, but I used up a lot of luck. I made some.
Well, why can't you just change the tires out, right? Like
you
with
could,
more traction?
but you're gonna compromise performance.
Big time.
For me, it was all about maximum performance. I didn't care about cold weather, rain, any of that. I just wanted to go out there and dry conditions and have the most grip possible.
And real estate agent's got a question for y'all.
Yeah, I was about to answer it over there.
What is the best 70s muscle car?
I'm going to go ahead and emphatically state that 70s muscle cars are junk, and it's an unpopular opinion. I spent years and years working on one. My dad had a 70 Chevelle, which is widely regarded as the king of the muscle cars. Swapped in a Ramjet 502, tons of power, no handling, no braking, and it's uncomfortable. It's loud. Any modern car is so much better than those things are. And trying to get parts for those vintage cars is an absolute nightmare because most of what you get is going to come from China.
Yeah.
And it's going to be junk.
And you never get the numbers matching right anymore.
You're going to replace the same parts over and over again. What I ran into is you'd fix it, and a couple of years later, you're doing the same thing again because it's broken again, and you're using the same junk parts that you can get. But
my favorite was always the Barracuda. So Barracuda was one of my favorites. So
Yeah, I hear a lot of like old white dudes say that the Barracuda was
Hey, what's up
great.
with the old crap?
Old crusty white dudes. Anyway, but yeah. But that's a common opinion amongst them. That's just an
Well, it's
observation from
the
me.
72 with the Hemi is what I went with the most, and that's one that's still a bucket list car to me. So
I say that 70 Chevelle was a beautiful car. I
yeah,
mean, but
sucked to drive though.
it does not compare to anything modern, like at all. And I'm spoiled. Like I've worked on a lot of supercars, uh,
Hmm.
Black Series, AMG, SLR, McLaren, all that
Yeah.
stuff. It's we're not even playing the same sport.
Oh no, not even
Like
close.
those cars are so much better.
Yep.
Keith says his dream car is a '56 Bel Air. Bigfoot Fadez says Buick Grand National for the win.
For the loss, hardcore.
Yeah, I'm with you. Grand National. No.
It's
A real
another
estate agent.
car
Yep.
that I'm going to be unpopular, but I'm going to speak truth. Is that it's overhyped, and okay, maybe it was a great car in 1986. Like,
Yeah.
We have progressed well beyond that at this point.
Yeah.
And
you're talking about mainly
electric cars.
power and handling, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're really looking at more than anything else.
And a lot of people don't like electric cars. No, they don't make cool noises, but they will absolutely outrun a gas car, hands down, no question.
Take off faster and handle better, huh?
They are. I mean, it's instant torque.
That makes sense.
Like a lot of the fast cars will shove you back in the seat.
Yeah.
An electric car will throw you into the seat and keep you there.
Really?
Like they accelerate very violently. Absolutely incredible. The amount of torque that you get, just immediate. There's no winding up, no having to build RPMs or anything. It is instantaneous, stupendous amounts of power.
And I think I'm with you. I think a lot of it is nostalgia with a lot of people. Really, it's what it really is.
Yeah, and I get that, and appearances too. Like
Yep.
Mercedes, for example, has not put out a good-looking electric car. That said, the ones that they do have are fast as heck. Like,
I bet. Yeah.
Oh, dude, Steven, you can curse. Actually, you ought to curse because if you don't,
he encourages it.
I will feel like that's
get a little further into this. Let me loosen up a little bit.
That's a slap in my fucking face. He's censored. He said heck on my show, Randy.
Hey, you're the one keeping the score, not me.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, Jason?
Heck. What's up, cars, fishing, and dudes? Yep. We're not talking about Bigfoot for a change because, frankly, I'm Bigfooted out. I'm fucking tired of talking about Bigfoot all the fucking time, and
Dogman,
and Dogman, and he's still my Lord and Savior, but it gets old. Okay, folks. So sometimes I just want to bring on some dudes, drink some beers, and talk about fishing and cars and maybe guns and I don't know what else to do.
But here's the other thing. Then I'll ask Steven this: as far as classic cars go, what was one of your favorite classic cars, really? And not just 70s. I'm talking 50s through 70s and such.
I like the '67 Corvette.
The first year,
I like the '70 Chevelle.
What was the first year of the Stingray? I can't even remember now.
68
or 69 or something like that, or was it 67?
That's trivia. I'm gonna have to pass on that one.
No, it's not trivia. I honestly don't remember.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I have the answer for that one. But I'd say that '67 was my favorite early Corvette.
But
64. I just typed it in, looked it up.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Didn't seem like it was that.
You know what's funny? As I was typing in that question, I put CHE, and the autofill already said first year to Chevelle. That must be a question a lot of people look up. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, because Chevelle's, a lot of people loved them, especially in the late '60s, early '70s. But
the '70 Chevelle LS6, the king of all muscle cars as far as most people are concerned. And it's one of those cases of you never meet your heroes.
Yeah, gotcha.
I can remember one of my first jobs working at a shop at a Car Quest in Texas while I was in tech school. And I finally got the opportunity to drive a Monte Carlo SS, from the 80s.
Yeah, I remember those.
Carburetor
That was
rebuild
another
on
fun
it.
one.
I always thought great looking cars.
Yeah.
I was excited about going on the test drive. What? This is it?
It had nothing, didn't it?
Nothing. And
it looked good.
Driving my dad's Chevelle right after he got it, it had a 454 in it at the time, and driving it, and you're like, it'll spin the tires, but
you still need to equate the rubber
much
meeting
more
the road.
than that,
Yeah.
And it's you learn, you live and learn, and
yeah.
I said, you never meet your heroes because they're just going to let you down, and that was definitely a case of that where I tried real hard. I spent years and tons of money trying to make that car everything I wanted it to be, and the fact of the matter is, it's modern cars are just way, way better.
I'll tell you what the best muscle car in the universe is, whatever this car is.
Oh,
because Vin Diesel drives it, and it's got that nitrous thing on that extra nitro button. It's like a rocket, guys. It's like a fucking rocket. I don't even know what the model or make of this car is.
It's a Dodge Charger. I can tell you what it is.
Furious. I saw that car and I was in love. I was like, that thing's got like nitrous oxide inside it or some shit.
Look at what Tokyo Drift. Look at what those little cars did to them. They were in circles around them.
Yeah. Do you know what every Tesla owner wants when their battery runs low? A Dodge Charger.
Oh, Steven. Here comes the Steven that I know.
Here comes the dad jokes, right?
There he is.
I hadn't heard that one before. I'm going to remember that one.
Hey, Steven, what are your thoughts on Cybertrucks?
That's another case if we give the people what they want and then they hate it. I think everyone liked it as a concept, and it is an amazingly capable vehicle, and everyone hates it. And I think a lot of that hate is directed towards it because of the politics that came about because of Doge. Some people say it's incredibly ugly. You're entitled to your opinion, but it has amazing capabilities.
Yeah, Cybertruck looks like a kid drew it, and someone was like, "Yes, let's make it a real thing."
Well, there's the Pontiac Aztec. How did that get approved?
Oh, good God! Now that was another one. I remember that one.
How was that even a thing? But
it shouldn't have been. But hell, look at the Mitsubishis. The Mitsubishi Eclipse Crosses in the from 18 and earlier. They all had that split rear as well, just like the Aztec had. And I'm like, because I got one. That's why.
Eclipse should be a car. It was not supposed to be.
I agree.
SUV. But
the
Mitsubishi
Eclipse was always the car
to provide cars to people with bad credit. So it's the same reason Chrysler's still.
Well, now wait a second. I don't have bad credit, but it was easy to buy. It was like one of those things. Like, hey, this is actually pretty cheap, and I've run it 130 something thousand miles and hadn't had to do really anything to it. I'm like, okay, I'm good with this.
Nimavir asks, can you actually haul anything in a Cybertruck? You can haul firewood, I guess.
No idea. Yeah. How you gonna do it? It's got a trunk. It doesn't have a daggum actual bed. It's got a trunk.
I think it's supposed to be pretty capable in that regard. I know it has air suspension, so it'll level the load and all of that. Cool. So I think that it actually can be used as a truck. It's just that most of the people that buy something like that are not going to use it for what it's for, because for them it's a it's
statement,
social status statement, whatever. And again, I mean, if you spent 100,000 plus on something, are you really going to beat it up?
Heck no. Now here's the other question on that is, because I consider a Cybertruck looks like a DeLorean and a Dodge had angry sex or something, and that's the product. But that thing with the Cybertruck, there was something talk about the trunk lid or whatever they call it, the trunk, the bed lid, whatever that thing is. It's not really a truck to me unless it has a bed, but they put their finger in. It's not supposed to come down on the finger hard. It's supposed to automatically sense it and pull back up or some crap like that. And these guys were doing that test or whatever, and of course it come down and it absolutely crushing people's fingers. I'm just like, I'm Team Cybertruck. I'm like Lewis Black from the Daily Show. I'm Team Cybertruck on this one. You deserve what you get when you do that.
Yeah.
I deal with a ton of stuff that is very frustrating because of government regulation, and
Yeah.
Sunroofs with pinch protection and windows with pinch protection is another one of those things that they're designed the way they are to keep people from getting hurt, but the government always makes things worse.
Yeah. Got it. Because it's like the Army. You get safety briefs at the end of the week because somebody else before you did something stupid.
Well, a lot of people are upset about, why cars cost so much, why cars weigh so much, why do the repairs for my car cost so much? And it's a conversation I have with many of the customers, and it's because of the people that you voted into office.
Yeah.
And they made laws. And then we can also have a debate about how the EPA was making rules that they're not allowed to make because only Congress can enact laws.
Yeah.
We can go, we can run this argument into the dirt.
Oh yeah.
But the fact is regulation has made cars what they are and why they are the way they are. One of the things I run into frequently is crankcase ventilation systems. They fail, and every country in the world except for the US and China, you can buy the parts to fix this system.
Okay.
The US and China, you have to buy the entire system, and it's one piece, and it doesn't come apart. It's made in such a way that the pieces are locked together, and the repair becomes extensive, very expensive, because you're replacing the whole thing instead of just the part that failed. And government mandates, EPA, partial, ultra low emissions, whatever that thing's certified as. You run into cases where fuel tanks are plastic, and California market has metal tanks. Those metal tanks are not serviceable. So you can't open the fuel tank to replace the filter. You can't open the fuel tank to replace the pump. You have to.
It's all continuous, one single unit in California.
Yeah, and California is the largest market in the world for Mercedes-Benz. So
wow,
Mercedes is going to make whatever that they're required to make to sell cars there. I think Florida is the second largest market in the world.
Well,
the numbers are crazy. How much they sell in those markets.
Wouldn't they design the fuel pump then to be external of the fuel tank instead of inside the fuel tank like the majority of them?
No. Our older cars had external pumps, sometimes two pumps. Back when the cars were built to a standard and not a price point, that was the way to do it. But when the cars start to get built to meet regulation standards and price points, that's when that engineering changes substantially. The fuel pump is quieter when it's inside the tank as well. So from a comfort standpoint, that's it. So they really don't care what it takes to fix. They only care, about that initial sale.
Gotcha. It's wild. It's wild to me. It doesn't make any sense because I mean they've overthought themselves a lot. To me, because of course I'm the shade tree mechanic guy. I'm not the guy like you are with all the electronics and stuff that you can actually check the stuff properly like you're supposed to. I'm the guy that sits there. Okay, I got to hunt and fish because I'm too much of a jackass to take it to an actual dealership to get it done. And it's just because the dealerships down here in Texas. I mean, it's a racket down here. When freaking Toyota, I'll take 2016 Toyota pickup. A buddy of mine had. He literally bought it brand new, drives it up to someplace in Oklahoma at a lake out there, hauling a boat and everything. Gets up there and he gets into it and doesn't start. The starter goes out within, I think it was 3 months of him having the vehicle, having the truck. Starter goes out. He can't change the starter. The starter is fully encased. They have to pull the engine to get to the starter. And I'm like, I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it's common on those.
So I was like, it caught me off guard. It really did. So I'm like, I'm glad I got my 1990 Chevy with the TBI on it. I can actually work on that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, and those last forever. I mean, I have a 2004 Silverado, and I have a 2006 Mercedes that's a diesel. And that's what I drive. I drive the older cars because I have a lot of faith in them. And,
I'm with you.
But the newer ones also, you consider that who's doing the engineering on it.
True.
Because the car manufacturer is using suppliers for everything. And they're putting out contract bids for a component that meets these specifications. And the company that's providing the part is the one that's doing the engineering.
Gotcha.
A lot of times when there's a problem and that problem becomes widespread on a new car, the issue goes back to the supplier and who's responsible for this issue, and
Yeah.
how are they going to fix it, because the part was supposed to be engineered for this standard, and there's some oversight or whatever, and it falls back on the supplier, because whoever built that car didn't manufacture it. And I visited an assembly plant in Alabama, and and as I call it, an assembly plant, it's not a manufacturing plant. They don't make anything.
All they do is put the parts together. Huh?
Yeah, they take the metal stampings that came from a supplier, they weld them together, prime it, paint it. They've got a body, and they literally assemble everything from parts that came from suppliers. So they're not making anything. They're putting stuff together. And a lot of those problems are traced back to who actually engineered this, and
Gotcha. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Alabama, would that be the Hyundai plant that's down there?
No, it's there's a Mercedes plant there. And
y'all got a Mercedes plant too?
Yep.
I knew the Hyundai plant was down there, so
it's pronounced Hyundai.
I remember the original ads that came across, the advertisements that came across TV. Where'd you learn to drive that thing? Hyundai school?
Nice, Randy. Nice.
Hey, you think I'm lying? It was an actual ad.
So at my job, when I'm talking to like an insurance agent, and they're trying to add a high Hyundai, I just die inside. I die inside. I want to correct them so bad. I'm like, high Hyundai, really? God damn it. God.
You'd be surprised the number of people that show up in a BMW and wonder why we won't work on it. Well, aren't they all the same?
No. I had a BMW.
No, they're not.
I had the last year model of the BMW 318i, the 1998. They had the TI come out shortly after that, and then it all went to 325s. There wasn't no 318s left. And I bought it. I brought it back to the States. We ran that thing to death. It finally just completely damn near melted itself. I had to replace the clutch once and the engine once, and it was still an easier car to work on than 90% of the stuff that comes out now. I can't work on the stuff now. If you don't have electronics, you can't work on them really, other than just change oil.
I'd say that even at my level, when it comes to changing parts, other people do that. I don't. I just diagnose it. I tell you what's wrong with it, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful to be in that position, because the modern cars have become so difficult to work on.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very thankful that I am very much in the capacity of, I figured it out. This is the part it needs. Hey, put this on for me. And then they get mad because they have to put the part on, and it's really hard. But it's not within the scope of my duties.
There you go. There's a reason I'm at this level right now. Okay.
Yeah, I paid my dues. God damn it.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's move the conversation over, gentlemen. We could come back to cars in a bit, but the other thing that Steven is also obsessed with is fishing.
He better brought some fishing pictures. He better brought some pictures.
No, here's the thing, though.
Anything on here?
The difference, Randy, between you and Steven is that Steven is purely a boat fisher, right? It's got to be from a boat.
I've done the same. I know the deal.
Yeah.
He's a bass
But
fisher.
you like going to the water side. Steven refuses to do that. He told me once that shit's for peasants.
I'm gonna tell you right now. When you're sitting there walking around a stock tank, there's no way to put a boat on a stock tank. Okay, it's just not gonna happen. You can cast across the thing. So All
right, let's start with this. Steven, tell us your favorite, I don't know, fish to catch. Why? What fish you're into catching, and then we'll go from there.
So I don't keep anything. I don't eat fish. I don't eat seafood whatsoever.
He doesn't eat seafood at all.
I am allergic to shrimp. So the only reason I fish is for fun. And because I only fish for fun, I only use artificial bait.
Yeah.
If I was fishing for food, I wouldn't have a problem using live bait. But because whatever I catch, I'm just going to put back in the water. I don't use live bait.
So that's the difference. Live bait is for if you're planning on eating the fish, and artificial
Well,
if you're
live
just
bait is going to catch you more fish easily,
Oh,
Yeah,
but
and
oh,
at the
now,
same point, you're torturing and killing a living being for entertainment at that point,
yeah.
mhm.
which I can't abide.
Well,
I'm just not
and
going to do it.
I've been. Don't get me wrong, Stephen. I fish like Stephen does. I'm mostly artificial bait. We call them lures. They're lures that they're
Yeah,
artificial, and they're bait if it's live. If I'm catfishing, yeah, I'll have a worm or something like that. But most of the time, I'm using stink bait
I'm just
or
sitting
cut
here at
bait
my
or something.
desk, got fishing stuff laying
Uh
around.
oh. Let me see. Wait. Well, hold it up. I want to see what we're looking at.
Oh man, let's see what we got. Oh, we got this guy.
Are you? So you're a crankbait guy, right? Oh, that's torpedo, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll do cranks.
Wait. So what's the
Rattle trap.
No,
What
that's
we
the
call
what are
little
the
them.
pros and
bitsy
cons
Oh,
minnow.
then?
gotcha. Okay. Huh?
So what are the pros and cons then to using like lures or versus live bait?
Live bait,
Like I
live
never learned
bait's
that.
going to catch you more fish easily.
And it's not as much
You
of a
put a
challenge.
minnow on a hook, you're going to get something to bite it, or put a
Period.
worm on
Yeah.
a hook. Yeah.
Yeah.
Live bait is more challenging because you have to present the bait as if you have to make it appear to be alive. So you actually have to work that lure. And the big thing for me is just the morality of, if I was going to catch a fish for food, I wouldn't mind using live bait because whatever you put on your hook is going to die,
Yeah.
and I don't have the heart, I know it's just a little minnow or whatever. I just don't have the heart to do that.
Yeah, but if you're not going to keep what you're catching, I can understand that. I mean, honestly.
Nope.
Wait, so how are lures more humane then?
Because I'm not killing an animal just to catch an animal to let it go, because whatever I catch, I pick it up, take a picture of it, weigh it, measure it, whatever, put it back in the water, it swims away.
Oh, the lure doesn't damage the fish like that? It doesn't kill them?
Unless it gets it too deep or something like that.
Yeah.
But
it can, but it's probably not going to.
Yeah. Especially on active baits like the cranks and the spinners and the buzz baits.
Yeah.
But
I didn't know that. I didn't realize that live bait actually kills the fish, but lures don't.
Well, no, live bait kills the bait that you're using.
Yeah.
Oh, it kills the bait that you're using.
The fish that you're using as bait is going to die.
Or the worm or whatever. Yeah.
Well, if it's a worm, you don't feel bad about it. It's a worm.
No, I mean, still.
I mean,
I will say when I take kids fishing,
yeah,
I'll buy some worms and take them and use them because it's way more fun for them when they're actually catching something.
Yeah.
But again, I still I'm a artificial bait guy and have been for the longest.
Oh, so you're talking about it being humane for the bait itself?
Yeah.
I got a question then. What's your favorite bait to use? What's your go-to?
Man, it depends on circumstances.
Well, yeah,
I'll
me too.
say that when nothing else works, that bitsy minnow.
Yeah. Is that a square bill? Shallow.
It is
square bill. Okay.
Very small square bill.
Okay.
This thing.
I've noticed the square bills make a little bit of a different movement in the water. So
a square bill kills. I mean, I have recently begun, fishing the heck out of a square bill.
Yeah.
You can see how small.
Yeah.
This is a dime.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see how small this thing is.
Yeah.
This thing will slay. When nothing else will catch them, this will catch you fish almost nonstop. It is absurd what you will catch with it, but it's because it's so small. So almost any size fish can take this bait.
Yeah.
If you use a larger lure, then you are going to need a larger fish to be able to bite it.
Yeah.
So you've eliminated a lot of small fish.
Exactly.
So it's like when you're fishing with jigs, you're going to catch less fish, but the fish you catch are going to be larger.
Yep. And the blades too, the slabs that people drop. I've never been one of those. So
this is a quantity catcher. The Senko worms on a wacky rig.
Yeah.
Dude, I've caught tons and tons of fish to the point that it's boring. Catching them. This has been the year of square bills for me. I've been fishing square bill and doing really well with that this year.
And all my years, the majority of the stuff I've ever caught on obviously is a plastic worm, but it's a Texas rig. Most of the time I run a Texas rig. A lot of guys around me run drop shots and stuff like that. And tequila sunrise has been my favorite color for years.
Yeah, my neighbor swears by that, and
it depends on the water, though. It depends on the water.
I use a white Senko on a wacky rig and catch a lot that way. But I found that color doesn't really matter a whole lot with the worms.
Smell.
But that I used to always spray the fish attractant on there, and
I've never done that either. So
it doesn't seem to make any difference one way or the other.
I like power bait because it's got that funky smell on it when you first pull it out of the thing. So after about a day or two of fishing one worm, and getting it tore completely up, I'm like, okay, I got to change the worm now.
Yeah.
So wait, Randy, what's your favorite type of bait?
I just said it. My favorite is the plastic worm because you can do it at any time of day for the most part.
You can fish that year round, and it's going to work
because it's a slow mover, and they see it just right. But you got to drop it on their head at some times of the year. If you don't drop it on their head, pretty much they're not going to touch it.
So you know how okay, so in those country shops they have they sell bait, and it's just like a cup full of worms or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. So you say that is probably going to be better if you just want to catch a whole bunch of fish versus
if you're doing
an
it for food.
actual lure.
Because those are for catfish, perch, crappie, bass. I mean, anything out there will jump on a live worm.
Yeah, short of a carp. Yeah.
Why is that better?
I think that Randy's talking about plastic worms, though, not live.
Yeah, I'm talking about plastic worms, the tequila.
Oh no, I'm talking about live worms.
Yeah, you're talking about the lives, though.
Yeah.
Live, you could use night crawlers or red worms or anything. Yeah. I mean, when I was a kid, my parents had a pond across the street from their house, and I would go. They had these large stones lining the driveway, and I would go down the driveway, roll all the stones.
Pull the worms up.
Pick up crickets, pick up worms. Man, I'd go fishing and I'd catch the slabs and just let them go. I didn't keep anything. It's a good time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially when you're young, you don't care as long as you're catching the fish.
Yeah.
You're not going to eat it, really. You're just catching it to catch it. Say, cool, and go.
And that's the thing. When you're taking kids with you, you got to make them have a good time, get them get them hooked on it, so to speak.
Exactly. So they'll do it later.
Like the opposite of me because I haven't gone fishing since I was a little kid, but man, I eat the fuck out of seafood. I'll tell you. Yeah. Like I always, if I go to a place like a fast food place, and they got a good fish sandwich, that is what I'm going for, all the time. All the time. As a matter of fact, I think after this episode, I'm gonna hop on over to McDonald's, pick me up a filet of fish.
That's not fish. That's not fish.
That's fish. It's fish product.
Yeah, okay, fish byproduct maybe.
It's fish product.
No, they actually catch a specific species for the filet o fish.
Yeah, isn't it?
And it's one that nobody else goes after, and that's one of the reasons they use it is because all of that supply is just for them.
Which one is it? I don't even know.
Let's look it up. I'm curious now.
And I worked there early on in my career, in my life, and I'm like, I don't remember what the hell kind of fish it was. I didn't like the tartar sauce though. I ate the fillet of fish, but it had to have like ketchup or something on it. I'm not a tartar sauce guy, so.
McDonald's uses wild caught Alaskan pollock for its fillet of fish.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, because nobody really uses it. It's a junk fish to them.
Yeah.
Is Alaska pollock a junk fish?
It's considered a junk fish, really.
Really?
I don't know. I don't fish saltwater.
I don't either. I watch mainly reason I know anything about them is because I watched Deadliest Catch. That's it.
Yeah.
And cod was the same way. For a long time, cod was the same way.
You got to have a fat wallet to fish saltwater because the tackle you need is bigger and more expensive, and everything has to be corrosion resistant. Everything wears out faster and rusts faster, and it just like saltwater is heinously expensive compared to freshwater fishing.
Yeah. But it is fun to watch wicked tuna. I'll say that.
Oh, no doubt.
You ain't get me out on that boat at all, though. It ain't happening.
Yeah, the ocean, I'm guessing, is a completely different beast.
Well,
hey, Steven, what was the biggest fish you ever caught?
Biggest fish I ever caught was a 7-pound largemouth, and I was going to say that I have had the most success doing the opposite of what any of the pros would say to do. Um, so fishing, the first giant fish I ever caught was fishing in shallow water
Mm.
with 80 some degree water temperatures and actually on a jig.
Yeah.
So I'm fishing in the wrong temperature, in the wrong depth, and everything, and nailed this giant bass. And
They couldn't believe it, could they?
yeah, and it's been pretty consistent for me. Of just like, well, everyone says that you have to do such and such, and I've found that I do the opposite, and that's where I'm most successful.
Have you noticed that the people that are on TV when they show the different fishing tournaments and stuff now, how it's a totally different animal now out there than when we used to watch it with like Jimmy Houston and Bill Dance and all them guys. They had fun with it. These guys are going at it like it's a profession and not like
Yeah,
they're in.
it's all about science to them or what they're
Yeah,
learning and this and that. And I've kind of been a proponent that I know that there's something to all of that science,
yeah,
but there's there's things that absolutely baffle me. And for example, I mean, I have a pretty good complement of electronics on my boat.
yeah.
I've got some nice Garmin stuff, and there's a fish in the water. I should be able to find it.
Hmm.
And I have had days where I've gone across the lake, idle speed, just searching, and
Trying to get a blip on the
can't
map,
find
right?
anything. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't find anything. There's no fish in the water, it seems like. And it's like, where did they all go? And wherever they went, I can't find them. Or if you do find them, they're suspended at 20 feet. And you're not going to catch those anyway.
No, no. Well, here I'm gonna tell the story just because I did a few tournaments in my time, but early on, before I even bought my skeeter, we used to do what was called fishing for freedom down at Fort Hood, and it was a take a soldier type
Yeah.
fishing, and we'd have 200-300 boats on the water, at Lake Belton. And I got hooked up with what they call. I didn't realize the Army had a bass angler team. Had no earthly idea, but I got teamed with a Army bass angler guy. I'm like, all right, cool. Got my own little jersey and everything. I'm like, oh, geez, okay, cool. I mean, he meets me in the morning at 4 o'clock in the morning. We're going to Lake Belton, and where I meet him at, I go to put my rods. I've got two rods. One's got a topwater bait, and one's got the plastic worm. I got a buzz bait and a plastic worm, and I got my tackle box. He has 15 or 20 rods already pre-done up, ready to go. And I'm looking at him like, okay. I put them on there. Oh, you only got two rods? I can only fish one at a time. What are you talking about? Like, okay, we get out there. He is balls to the wall. I mean, literally, I have never trolled along a bank as fast as I trolled with this guy. I could not put a plastic worm in the water fast enough before we were already past it for me to even be able to work it, right? So this guy is, I hear a gigantic top behind me, a big old splash behind me. I turn around. By the time it took me to turn around from this side of the boat to walk to this side of the boat and cast, he's casted 4 times with a crankbait across that thing. All right. I throw that tequila sunrise out right across it as we're still going. I let it just drop on the way down. Sure enough, bam, hit it. I bring it in. We got a fish in the boat. He's like, they're hitting Texas rig this early? I just turned around and looked at him like, you know nothing about this lake at all, do you? I'm like, this is the most asinine idiot I've ever fished with in my life. And I'm like, everywhere in Texas hits Texas rigging early. What are you talking about? We're in August. They're going to hit everything right now, except for what you're throwing.
Year round anyway. Like,
yeah,
that's crazy to me. But fishing too fast, I mean, I've always been more of a finesse fisherman because I fish a lot of highly pressured waters.
Yep.
If I'm going to catch anything, that's what I have to do. Downsize your bait, fish it more slowly, because the waters that we're in are getting pounded, day in and day out, and the population's growing, and they're not making any more lakes. It's
it just doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. I sat there and watched the guy, and then of course it got later in the day in the tournament, and he switched to a jig, and we go so far up the lake, we're into chocolate soup is what it really is. It's literally that muddy, and he's trying to flick stuff around it. I was like, dude, you could throw the darkest freaking thing known to man into that area you're chunking at that stump or whatever it was he was throwing at. I'm like, they're not going to pay any attention to what you're throwing because it's too damn muddy. They don't want to move.
Yeah, you got to hit something with a rattle in it or whatever, make some noise and some splash.
Get them moving. You got to get them moving.
And yeah, I'm with God. I don't even own 20 rods. I think I own maybe 10, and I fish with like 6 or 8 of them. Like I own usually I'm the type of person I keep a lure tied onto that rod. And
all the certain rod for certain things.
Yeah,
ready to go.
It out, I fish it, and if that's not working, I move on to something else.
Yeah.
I love fishing top water first thing in the morning.
Yes, there's nothing like hit of a buzz bait.
And then you're by 8 o'clock, that's cut off. Like they're not going to bite top water anymore, and you got to
go deep.
Something else. And but
I'm with you.
We did start fishing a new lake this year that we hadn't been to, and we've had a lot of success there. But I am right down the road from Falls Lake in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah, I know where you're at.
That is a gigantic, they say it's managed like a trophy bass fishery, and I've pre-COVID, it's the only lake I would fish. Okay. And pre-COVID, I knew that lake really well. I'd fish it all the time, and I had some success there. But post-COVID, there are places that I would go in my old boat that no one else would go. And I like fishing skinny water. I love, it's 6 inches and I'm in there. Trolling motor lifted up part of the way, dragging the boat across it. Getting in there. And dude, those places where no one would go, now I can't go to those places and not find 2 or 3 people in them.
Oh yeah,
and it's nuts. I can't catch anything in this lake, and it's so pressured, and it's frustrating because people are always posting fish. Look at what I caught. Look at what I caught. I'm like, how'd you catch anything in that lake? Like it's getting pounded constantly.
Pure D luck. That's what it was. Pure D luck.
And so I've moved on to some other lakes. We've got Gaston, which is about 45 minutes away from me.
Now, I think I was on Gaston one time at one of those tournaments like we were talking about, and it seemed like that was a pretty good little lake.
Well, Falls Lake is 12,000 acres. Gaston is over 50.
Like I didn't mean by a little lake, but I'm saying it's a pretty good lake.
It's
what I meant.
Pretty big, and and then you've got Gaston right next to it, so you do have options.
Yeah.
If you want to fish docks, man, you can go to Gaston and fish docks all damn day,
all day long, right? And that's one of my favorites too. I mean, like I like dropping that worm outside of the docks and skip it underneath a little bit. It's just or a crappie jig. When you're going crappie fishing, you can get those crappie jigs underneath those things, catch them all day long.
Man, you get into a mess of crappie, and you just sit there. I have done it. You just sit there all day long and catch fish after fish after fish, like the way that and you see them on the fish finder, Donnie. Like crappie stack up. So when you see them on the fish finder, it looks like a tree standing up underwater, and it's just fish sitting there.
Layers of crappie,
like this.
Layers of crappie. Yep.
I've also seen the fish finder screen completely full of arches, and I told those are catfish.
Yeah.
And
that's what I understood them as.
You are not going to make them bite, no matter what you do.
I've actually had catfish bite my plastic worm. I've had of course, they've always hit my MEP spinnerbait, the little inline spinners. They hit those. But they're all channel cat. They're not the blue cats, or the bottom dwellers and stuff. They're always the active feeders, which are the channels mainly, And channel cat to me is the best catfish anyway. So
I got a funny story about that. That I have fished a spinnerbait since, I was old enough to have an allowance and spend my own money at Walmart to buy my spinnerbait.
Yeah.
Fished a spinnerbait constantly for years. I've never caught a fish on a spinnerbait until last year. I finally caught my first.
Really?
No, people are like, oh, I catch spinnerbait all the time. I can't do it. So my son, I have him fishing with me, and my brother-in-law brought over a spinnerbait that he snagged, and it came up off a lake bottom. It probably been there 20. It's a rusty, broken spinnerbait.
Wow.
My son ties it on. First cast. Hangs it up. And we're like, oh, you're hung up. Big surprise. No, it's not hung up. It's a catfish.
Oh, my God.
Now, I have fished a spinnerbait more than twice as long as you've been alive, probably 3 times longer than you've been alive, and I cannot catch a fish on a spinnerbait. You throw it out on the first cast and catch a fish. That's my luck
Oh my gosh.
on a rusty, broken spinnerbait.
Now you're sitting there talking about that because my old man has fished for obviously many years before me, and I pretty much got all of his old tackle and stuff, and I carried him up to DC when I'm stationed up in DC, and I fished the Potomac, Acting Bay, essentially where it comes in on the backside of Fort Belvoir there, and I would plan when I get there when it was low tide versus high tide because that was all affected there. So I get out there and I'm sitting there chunking along the sandy kind of little cove area, and I'm chunking out, and these people come rolling in with this gigantic boat. I say gigantic. It was a bass boat. They were doing a tournament along the area, but he come in and just absolutely tore up the entire cove for me. Where I was fishing. Like, oh, you asshole. Okay, so I reach in and I found an old chartreuse plastic tail to go on it, not the skirt, but an actual worm tail. Big stupid chartreuse thing, and I put it on a double willow blade. I stick that sucker on there. So I'll show you, and I chunk it. I mean, I put it like a foot and a half behind his boat. Drops down, and I'm bringing it back. I pulled a 4-pounder out from right behind him. Pissed that dude off so bad. I was like, you get what you deserve after that kind of shit. Get out of here.
It's actually one of the things I used to do for fun when I would fish falls, and often by myself in that old boat, and this is 2015, 2016, something like that, is I would follow another boat down the bank. And I'd stay back, 50 yards or so.
Yeah.
Work the bank behind them, and I'd work it with that wacky rig, and I would pull out fish after fish behind them.
Yep.
They get so mad.
Oh, I'd get mad at my dad too. I'd be running the boat up front with the trolling motor and everything. He'd be in the back, and he'd throw out and catch stuff right. He's like, I like fishing this used water, and go with it like that.
That's why he calls it used water.
He called it used water.
Yeah.
We had a blast, though. I mean, we had a blast.
Do you guys ever do, just out of curiosity, do you guys ever do like crab fishing?
I've done it before, but no, I don't. I'm not
gigging?
fish saltwater. No.
Is that what's called gigging?
Yeah, you can throw it. What you do is like down on the Louisiana coast. I did it one time at Cameron, and what we do, you just take bacon and shit and put it on the end, and not even a hook, right? Put bacon and stuff on the end of it with a frayed line or whatever, and just chunk that sucker out at about 25, 30 feet, and wait about 20 minutes. Go out there, start pulling it in, and they usually have a hold of it. They're trying to eat that bacon or ham or whatever you got on there, and you just pull them right up in and grab them. They don't have to hook them or nothing. A little blue crab, I say little. They're called. They'd be mediums up in Maryland area. When you go out to the crab shacks and stuff, they'd be the mediums.
I've done it out in Cherry Point, North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
We use twine tied around a chicken leg, throw it out there,
and
bring
they
it
just
up,
grab,
and then just put a net under them, and they drop off into the net and get them that way. But no, I've never been noodling. I pretty much. I like to fish for largemouth bass and not really anything else.
I don't want to put my hand in anybody else's mouth either.
Well, bass is easy because you can just lip them, unhook them and set them back in the water, and no mess. You're not making your hands all smelly and getting everything smelling like fish. And I mean, you got to drive home at the end of the day, and I don't want that in my truck,
But I just don't want to. I don't want to go down and stick my hand in a place that might not have an actual catfish in there to start with. It may have something else.
Yeah.
No, not happening.
But I do say that the new boat has power poles on it, and
good.
If you have not, man, that is a game changer. Like it is so awesome to have power poles, and even for simple stuff, not necessarily, just for fishing, but you hang your bait up in a tree or a bush or something.
Yeah,
and you can just push the boat up to where your lure's stuck and lock it down and not worry about it drifting away or crashing into rocks or anything
fighting
like
to
that.
get it out. Yeah, gotcha. So,
you can lock it
and it makes sense. Yeah.
And but if you are in shallow water and you do want to lock it down, you can do that without running spot lock on your trolling motor and disturbing the water.
Yeah.
It's all about the stealth in that regard.
That's cool, actually. I mean, of course I never had. I had a '89 Champion or whatever it was that had a 175 Chrysler on it, and it was a great boat. But like I said, I took again any boat I got that's got oil injection. Other than the new ones, nowadays it's not as bad. Obviously, with the new Yamahas and stuff like that, it's not as bad. I'll never own a Mercury. I'm one of them guys that just does not like Mercuries. Um, but I pulled the oil injection off of it, and I just started mixing the oil and gas again. It was so much easier, and I don't have to worry about it blowing an engine because it didn't work right.
Yeah, my criteria when I was boat shopping was Yamaha is my number one choice.
Yeah,
Suzuki is a possibility.
I've had an '85 Suzuki before.
I don't want anything else. I don't want it. I do not care what it is. I don't want it. And
well, they're not like they were before. I mean, like the old days. I'm talking about the '70s and '80s. Yeah. Johnsons and Evinrudes were interchangeable. I mean, you could change out any part you wanted, and you could run we could run that Evinrude that we had till it died almost. It just never had an issue. But once again, it was not oil injected either.
Yeah. Well, you go to the fishing show or the boat show, and every boat there has got a Mercury on it.
Yeah, I know.
They're just so dominant. And that was one of the things, like, I didn't even know about my boat manufacturer. And it was actually my brother-in-law that I was at the fishing show with him, and he grabbed me and said, "Hey, did you see this boat over here?" No. Go over there and look at it. It was kind of like, wow. The two of us would be riding to or from the lake, and we'd be brainstorming and shooting ideas off each other. Like, if we've got a boat, this is what we would want it to be. And somebody made that. And,
wow.
It's sitting there with the Yamaha on it and all of the things. And I'm like, this is the boat that I would like to have. And,
exactly.
And it actually put me kind of in a frenzy, and I ended up ordering it and buying it. But, man, I say that I don't regret that one bit. Like, it's really nice to have a boat that you can very well suited for the type of fishing that we do.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about anything. And I mean, that's when I bought the Skeeter, that 74 Skeeter is a 16.5 foot, but it's on the tri holes. It's just one big dinghy is what it really looks like.
Yeah.
With the stick steer and everything. But the reason I liked it, because I'm up front, I could see everything I'm about to go over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And never had to worry about hitting anything or anything like that. And it had trim, so I could do the trim and tilt, from the front. But there was no reason for trim or tilt on a tri-hole to start with. But anyway, I would run that thing for hours upon hours. Like I said, the transmission started rotting out finally. It had a crack in it I didn't know about, and it started rotting out a little bit.
But those older boats are bad about that, though.
I used to get when I would take it to that tournament I was talking about, because I fished it 2 or 3 years in that tournament.
Yeah.
I'd take it in there and put it up on the. Of course, you got pretty boat, dinghy, pretty boat, that kind of deal. And all them guys with their nice, pretty, uniforms and stuff like that look down and they go, shit. I'm like, what? It's like, you can go places I can't go. You're right. I can deal with places, a lot of places you can't go.
I would do that with my old boat.
Yeah.
But when you have the plywood encased in fiberglass, or my last boat was marine grade plywood decking in an aluminum boat, and that actually caused corrosion in the aluminum, ate through the hole in a couple places.
I about to say, was it the treatment on the actual plywood that did it?
It's that, coupled with the fact that you have that open cell foam, and once it gets water in it, it never dries out, so it's just sitting there. Those chemicals are leaching into the water, and it's just sitting against the hull.
Yep.
And eventually it corrodes. So my new boat doesn't have any wood in it at all, and it's all closed cell foam now. So it doesn't have those issues.
Which makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
It's an Express H18, and
they
actually they rhino line the inside of the boat.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then they put sea deck foam decking on that, so it's nice and quiet. And when I was rigging the boat, because I bought it and I asked them not to install any electronics on it, I would take care of all of that myself.
Yeah.
And so when you start taking the boat apart, taking the compartments out, they not only rhino line where you can see, they rhino line everything underneath as well. So all that aluminum is encapsulated in
can't get anything
coating, but it's also dampening any sound that you have.
That's cool. That makes it. That's cool, actually. I mean, because that makes it a lot more sense, honestly. Especially if you're going to put that kind of money into a boat like that. Yeah, it needs
Yeah.
to be able to last for the rest of your life.
Well, even
He's
the
got
cheap,
he's
even
got
the
a
cheap boats are
ninja boat,
expensive.
Randy. That's why he wants Suzuki's because they come from Japan. You know what's comes from Japan? Ninjas.
And
Yes.
Yamaha.
Yes, they're Japanese people. They're stealthy like that.
Yes. Yes. And
Oh,
I also
well, at
know
least they're not
Japan
Korean.
audio, so I like
Yeah,
Japanese stuff there too.
yeah. I like Japan, man. I've been there a few times. It's a great place.
My
Yeah, it is.
my girlfriend likes Japan a lot, and I think that she would like to go. So maybe we'll get to go at some point. I don't know.
I
You
knew.
gotta get used to eating seafood, though.
Yeah.
So I've seen. Actually, I found that you can go on YouTube and play videos of people just walking through Japan. You know,
Yeah.
day or night or whatever, and I'm like, man, that's actually really cool to be able to see that.
Yeah.
I watched a video of the Christmas markets in Germany. It was like,
Oh, good
wow.
Lord. Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you right now, I did many, I was stationed in Germany for 4 years. I did a lot of the Christmas markets. And there's one, St. George is the way it's pronounced here, but it's St. Gore there. And you get on the Rhine boats or whatever, you go up the Rhine and it takes you to St. Gore. St. Gore is a year round Christmas market.
Hmm.
Go up
Hmm.
to the castle, see the ruins and all that stuff, come back down, go through the square, and it's all nothing but Christmas market stuff. There's a little
Mercedes
shop.
has a giant parts depot on the Rhine somewhere.
Uh,
That's a thing.
is that in Mainz or what? I
I
don't
don't
remember.
know exactly where. I just know that they said that it is on the river, the Rhine
Yeah,
River.
yeah.
And so, fun fact, and part of the reason that I might do what I do is I was actually made in Germany. I was born in the United States, but
Yeah.
my mom was pregnant
Ah,
when they came back to the United States.
My
he was
my twins
conceived in
were
Germany.
my youngest girls, the twins were same way. They were born back
And
here 8 months after we got back.
I'd
Hmm.
say another fun fact about that I don't know, Donnie might find supernatural in this. I don't know, but I we grew up in a military family, so fairly poor. Um,
Hmm.
didn't know anything about Mercedes Benz. It wasn't ever a topic of conversation in our house or anything like that. But my dad's father was also a Mercedes Benz tech, and he passed before I was born. Never met him,
Oh,
never knew him, and somehow I ended up doing the same thing.
hey,
Maybe
runs
you
in the
are him
family.
reincarnated.
And yeah, he was also one of the top techs in the country, and as am
Yeah.
I. So somehow I carried on that tradition without intending to.
Oh, I got a bone to pick with Mercedes Benz now that I think about it.
Go ahead. I don't
My
care.
daughter had one of those R series or whatever it was, the minivan looking things.
Nah, don't even talk to me about that. No, nope,
Come on now.
nope.
Why?
Her taillights stopped working. Her taillights
Yeah,
literally stopped working. I went in there,
yeah.
like, okay, what's going on? I was only getting like 10 volts to the thing to the taillight picture. I'm like, because I was like, okay, change. Why am I not getting light? I didn't realize there were routers in this thing. I'm like, why have I got routers in this? It's routing the electricity to different spots. There's one up
Yeah,
front. There's
the
one in
rear
the rear.
SAM module, which is in the right rear,
Yeah.
the taillights leak and the water gets in that module and corrodes it. But all those bulbs are pulse width modulated.
Yeah,
So
I didn't realize that when I was
you
trying to
wouldn't be
change
able
them.
to get a power reading off of it if you didn't have the bulb plugged in anyway. Because once the module sees the bulb's not there, it turns off power. And until you cycle the key, it will never turn it back on. Um, so you actually would have to back probe it to get that voltage reading, and it would probably be
Oh, I
lower
did.
than you
It was on the
expect
back side.
because it's
Yeah.
reading a PWM and it's going to
Yeah.
average out to be about 10 volts.
And it never, but anytime I put one in, it never ran it again for whatever
Yeah,
reason.
no doubt that the sockets, those tail lights have little strips of metal that are kind of like plastic welded in place that conduct the
Hmm.
electricity.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Those bulbs get hot and the plastic melts, and those metal strips fall back from the contacts on the bulb socket. So you have to replace the tail light. And then the permanent fix is you get a new socket that has wires on it, and you wire it into the plug directly so it doesn't use that little circuit board connection anymore.
Well, see, that would be good to know 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not very many of those still on the road. And it's kind of surprising when you do see one that still runs because most of them have long been junked. Like they're not worth fixing.
Yeah. Well, that's what she had to do. She had to get rid of it because it was like she could do nothing.
Oh.
She couldn't afford to get it fixed, obviously. Just for them to look at it was $1,000.
Yeah, we're at $250 an hour where I'm at.
Yeah, well, these guys were charging $1,000 here in Texas right off the bat just to go in, for them to go in and diagnose.
It is an art class, so
yeah, that's true.
They're trying to do is trying to price it to the junkyard before they ever have to mess with it.
Yeah,
like that's
well,
a practice.
I'm good with that because that's pretty much where it went, unless whoever got it.
The best thing that you could do with it is to junk it because they're not worth fixing. Like they're I'm not a fan of the art class for a number of reasons.
It sounds like it. I'm glad she's got rid of it too now. Don't get me wrong. Of course, she has a Mitsubishi and a Ford now. So, and I've got 2 Mitsubishis, a truck, and a Dodge. So, and that Dodge is driving me insane. It's been something thorn in my.
Come visit me, Donny. Come visit me.
Which one is that?
This is Crayon.
Crane. So that's the new one.
She was just a kitten when last time you saw her.
Yeah, she was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I threw mine out. He had to go. He was bugging me, so he had to go.
All right. Anyway, Rob's show's starting in about 8 minutes, so I think we should wrap this up.
I don't care about Rob.
Man, these people need to hop on over and check out the. Yeah. Any final thoughts or words, gentlemen, before we conclude for this evening?
Oh, you need to show him my picture. You need to
see, one of our comments says the permanent fix is to buy a Honda, and we have determined that that's a lie.
That was one of my bad boys.
Yeah, because if they don't have a service department that's always slammed full too.
Yeah, no kidding. All of them. That came off of a little, about 11-acre lake.
Nice.
Dude, I would love to fish ponds, and the problem is getting permission because the ponds hold those hogs like that.
Oh yeah, got them all trapped.
They don't get fish; they're not pressured, so they'll actually bite. You know.
I'm with you on that one, but it was fun. Right. I like catching them. So. That's all
right, gentlemen.
Thank you for having me, Donny.
Yeah,
talking to you, Randy.
Nice meeting you.
Theme song. Stick around. We'll be backstage. And all y'all, be sure to hop on over to Rob's. He'll be starting in about 7 minutes. Say hi to him in the chat and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Peace out.
Sounds good.
Randy don't think Bigfoot's anything special. Bigfoot ain't orcs trapped in no furry vessel. Randy hates those trans-dimensional portals. Bigfoot eats bananas, he's just a regular mortal. 'Cause Randy's an aper, Randy's an aper. Screw all that cryptid crap, couldn't be faker. 'Cause Randy's an aper, Randy's an aper. Randy Gilbert loves science, he ain't no hater. Randy Gilbert thinks Dogman is so not real. The same wonder as Tex, he just cannot feel. Bipedal canine, Department of Defense. To a former army guy, that shit don't make sense. 'Cause Randy's an aper, Randy's an aper. Screw all that cryptid crap, couldn't be faker. 'Cause Randy's an aper, Randy's an aper. Randy Gilbert loves science, he ain't no hater. Bigfoot, flesh and blood, screw all that portal crap. To him, them Bigfoot nerds are such gullible saps. It's just an ape wandering American woods. Rejects that Harry Potter crap, as we all should.